Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I am audible. Please write in the chat if I am audible. Yeah, okay. So, I welcome you all to the 10th day of our training Python 0 to Hero. So, as today is our last day, and today we'll complete our project, that dynamic website project that we were doing in the last session. Okay, the thing that was left in that one is to fetch the data from the database and insert the data into database. These two things are left, and that will complete today. Okay, so I'll just wait for 2 3 minutes more, and so that the rest of the participants will join, because right now I think very less number of participants have joined. Okay, so meanwhile, those who are present here, if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Meanwhile, I've just opened my VS Code with my previous project. Okay, that's my VS Code, and I will open the PG admin also. Now, meanwhile, it is opening. Like, have you done the last day thing? Like, till whatever we have done on the last day, have you completed till there? Yeah. Good afternoon, Sangeeta. Have you done till there? Till there? Completed the things till the last day? Yeah. I'll start the server. Python. Yeah, tell me. Do you have you all done the last day thing till the last day that we have done? Everyone, please tell me on the chat. Okay, so this was the website that we have created. Yes, good afternoon, Sivam. Good afternoon. Now, basically, we have to change these two data from the database. First of all, we have to insert these two data in the database, and then we have to change it. I think this is the different project we are running. Oh, wait. I think I've opened the wrong project. Let me open the different project. 1 2 3 4 5. We have created this one, right? So I'll open this. Okay, so python manage.py run server. What was the link that we have created in the views.py? We have done this. One two 7.0.1. Okay, yeah. So this was we have done yesterday, right? Okay, so these three data we have to change from the database. So before changing, we have to insert the data into database. Now, how to insert the data into database? Now, this is the database that we have created yesterday, if you remember. And the name of the database was, let me log in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The name of the database was my data, if you remember, right? So in this my data, if I open this and if I go to schemas and if I go to this tables, here we have one my app underscore destination, right? And if I right click here, view data and all rows, this was the table that we created yesterday, right? So here we have ID, we have description, image, name, offer, price. So 5 columns, 6 columns are there basically. So we have to insert the data in this table first, and then we have to fetch the data in this page, in this particular page. This is what we have to do. So how to insert the data? To insert the data, we will require the admin, and this Django supports admin. It has its own admin which we can use, which make us work very easier. Like if you go for other framework, Flask do not have admin facility, and that's a magic of Django. That's why we prefer Django. Django has so many features. This is one of the features which Django has. So if you are using Django, you don't have to make a backend for inserting any data in the database. It has already have its admin which we can use. So how to use that thing? So for doing that, what you have to do is you have to go to your browser, type localhost / 8000. This is our website link, right? So after giving that, you have to give /admin. Now this /admin by default there, if you remember, we have /admin by default in the views.py, in the urls.py. If I go to the urls.py, it was by default defined here, /admin, right? So if I open /admin, now it is asking you some username and password. Now we have to create some user here. We have to create a super user through which we will log in here. Okay, so how to create the super user? For creating the super user, come to your terminal. Let's take a new terminal here. Let me zoom this so that you can see. Okay, I hope you can see the terminal. So here in the terminal, you have to write one command to create the super user. If I write here python manage.py, see, if I simply press enter, you'll get all the commands related to manage.py. These are the different commands. So related to the authorization, here you can see we have change password option and we have create super user option. So this create super user we are going to use. Okay, so what I'll do here, let me clear this. So python manage.py create super user. So if I press enter, now it is asking you to give the username. So if I leave it blank, by default it is going to take Umang. In my case, in your case it may be something different. So let me give the username as Umang only. I'm giving the username as Umang only. If I press enter, it is asking you some email address. So let me give some email address. Okay. Then it is asking you password. So I'm giving a very simple password, but generally we don't prefer simple password. But for here I'm giving a very simple password. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my password. And when you type the password, you will not be able to see that password, but actually it is typed here. So if I press enter, it is asking me the password again. So I'll type here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and enter. Now it is saying that the password is too short. It must contain at least 8 characters. The password is too common. The password is entirely numeric. So if I want to go with this password only, I can say bypass password validation and create user anyway. So I can write here Y and press enter. So I got the message super user created successfully. So my super user is now created. Now I can log into my admin. So now let's come back to my admin page, and once I'll just refresh it. Okay, so now I'll give here Umang and the password 12345. Now I log in here, and you can see here I logged into my admin. Am I clear? I hope this is clear, everyone. So this is how we create a super user and log into your Django dashboard, Django admin. Now this is your Django admin. Now if you see here, we have two options, group and users. So if you go inside the users, so here I am having one user, Umang. You can add any user also from here. You can click on add user, and you can add some user also from here. Once you have created one user, now from here you can create some different multiple users. Okay, but we require only one user, so I'll just keep it as it is. I'll go back to the home page. Okay, now as we have to insert the data into this my app destination page here. So if I have to insert the data here, I have to register it. I have to register it in my model, so that I can see that database option in my admin. So how to do that? So for that, you have to come to your coding section, and in the application section, when you go to your application, like here I am having here my app. So you'll get here admin.py. I hope you can see here. We're getting here option admin.py. If I zoom it here, you can see here admin.py. So if I open admin.py, by default it is blank here. There is just one line written here, from django.contrib import admin. So here I will import my class which I have created in my model. This class I am going to import first, because I have to register this class. Okay, so I will write here from my app is the name of the app, dot models, my app dot models, import destination. Okay, and now here you are going to register your destination. So I'll write here admin is this one. Okay, admin dot site dot register, admin dot site dot register, and here you will pass destination. Now once you have done this, save this file. After saving this file, come back to the admin page, reload the page, and you can see here I got the destinations. See here, I got the destination option, and if I click on this destination, you can see here right now it is showing 0 destination because we have not added any data. And on the top right, if you see, we have add destination button. So if I click on this add destination button, here you can add name, image, description, price, and whether it is having some offer or not. See, very simple. I haven't created all these things. Django has a feature which will do all this thing for you. If you go for any other programming language or framework, we have to create this. If there is some developer who is watching this session, you know how the pain of making this. We have to spend so much of time in making this simple dashboard, in making this simple admin page to store the data in the database. We have to spend so much of time, but here in just 2 minutes we got this page. And that's a magic of Django. That's a feature of Django. Here we haven't done anything to create the backend part. In the backend, or automatically we got the page to insert the data. Now one thing we have to do here, now this image will be uploaded by the user, by us, like here. We will be uploading the image from the desktop or from other system. So for this image uploading part, we have to define something in the code, that where the image will be uploading. Okay, That thing we have to define. And when we created the model, if you remember, in my models.py, here I've given that it should be uploaded to the pics folder. But we have to define all these things in my settings.py, that where the media file should be uploaded, Okay, so you have to define all these things. So how to do this? Let me tell you that. So for that, you have to open, first of all, we have to open settings.py. So I'll just zoom it out. So here we have settings.py in my project. So I'll just go to the settings.py, which we have used so many times. Here we have defined the database. So if you scroll down somewhere, you can write at the end, or you can write here. Anywhere you can write. It doesn't matter. You can write here. Let me write it here. Okay. So here what I'll write here, I'll add some line here. So I'll write here media underscore URL. First of all, I'll give the URL. So media underscore URL is equal to /media/. It means that I'm saying that there will be a /media folder here. In that one, my media will be uploading. Okay. And then again, I'll define the root. So media underscore root is equal to os.path.join, and here I'll take the base directory, that's a home directory, comma, I'll give the path of this media folder. So this is one thing that you have to define in the settings.py. So now I will save it. So first of all, tell me, am I clear to this part, everyone? I've defined these two lines here, media URL and media root. Here, this thing you can give anything. It's not fixed that you have to give media only. You can give according to your choice. Inside this media, that pics folder will be there. That pics folder that we have taken, it will be there inside this media folder. Okay, but according to Django, it says that you have to take a media. So we are taking here media. Okay. Now after doing this, you have to open your urls.py. Go to your urls.py, and now here we have to add something in the urls.py. Now what you have to add here, either you can write here plus, you can do it, or I can write like this, URL patterns equal to URL patterns plus. Now I'll add here static. Now static you will not get by default, so you have to import it. So I'll import the static here. So I'll write here, I'll import two things from Django dot configuration conf import settings, and second one I will import from Django dot conf dot urls dot static import static. So these two lines, first of all, we have to import. Okay. Now after importing, we have to write here static. Okay, and in the bracket, I'll pass. Let me hide this. Okay, settings dot. Now media URL that we have defined in the settings.py. So I'll write here media underscore URL that we have defined in the settings.py just now. Okay. So settings.media underscore URL, comma, I'll pass here one argument which is document underscore root. And here I'll pass settings dot media underscore root. So these two things that we have defined here, media underscore URL, media underscore root, these two things we have added in my URL. Static settings.media URL, document root equal to settings.media root. Am I clear? Is this thing clear, everyone? So now you can save it here. So this is the thing that you have to do for uploading the image, from the admin. Okay, now once this is done, you can come back to your admin part. Let me refresh this. Okay, now we can add some so what I'll do here, I will add 2-3 destinations. So I'll just download some image from Google, or let me see, I'm already having some images. Okay, I think I've deleted that. Let me see if I can get it back. Okay, here we have one image, and so I'm having 2 images here, Hyderabad, HY and Bangalore, and make sure that they are of same size. So here I have one image, this one, and another one image, this one. So they both are of same size. So you can use any image editor to make that same size. Okay, let me add one more image, download one more image of Mumbai. Okay, I'm Hyderabad and Bangalore. Let me download one more image of Mumbai. Okay, so let's say I will download this image. Okay, I'll save as on a desktop. I'll give the name as Mumbai. Okay, it's downloaded. Now to make sure that this should be of same size of all the, otherwise it will not look good in the website. That's why I'm making it as same size. Okay, so if I open this with my any image editor, let's say I'll open it with my Photoshop. Okay, so let me, okay, the previous image, it was 700 by 400 pixel. So I'll make this one also at the same size, 700 by 400 pixels. Okay, now all the 3 images are of same size. Fine. Okay, now my 3 images, if you see this one 700 by 400, this one is also 700 by 400, and this one is also 700 by 400. Now these 3 images are of same size. Okay, so that it looks better in the website. That's why I'm taking the same size, otherwise it will not look better. Okay, now I'll come back here. Now I'll add the let's say I'll add here Mumbai. I'll choose file and I'll choose that image, desktop. I'll go to Mumbai. Description, let's say the city that never sleeps. The city that never sleeps. Okay, and price, let's say I'm giving it as 1000, and let's say it is not having any offer, so I'll just keep as it is, and I'll click on save. If I click on save, you can see I got one object added here, destination object. And if you go to your database, if you refresh this, let me refresh, and view data all rows. Okay, you can see here we got that data here, the ID1, the city, then the pics/mumbai.jpg. You can see here that the path of the image. Okay, name Mumbai, offer false, price 1000. If you come back here and if you see here, we got one media folder. Inside the media folder we got pics folder. Inside the pics folder we got mumbai.jpg. It's uploaded in my project. Now I have added one object, I have added one destination. Now later on we'll add the other 2, but now we have to see that object in my website here from the database. Right now it is coming from the code. Now I want to see this from my database. Okay, and as soon as I will be adding new data, it should come here, it should be visible here. So now what to do for that? For that we have to come to our views.py. Now here we have created this all data. So I'll just remove all these things. I'll just remove everything here. I'll just keep only this thing. Now in the place of desks, here we have to pass the data from the database. So what I'll do for this, now to part the data from the database, I'll just call here destination dot objects, destination dot objects dot all. That's all. That's all. It means that I am just passing all the objects from the destination class, which is actually a table in the database. Just a single line and you will get all the data from the database. Everything now. So now I'll save this. Now after saving this, if you go back to your website and if I reload, you can see that I got that page. But the image is not coming here. The image is not coming. The image is the previous image only. I got Mumbai, I got that description, I got that price, but the image is not coming. So let's change the image also. I'll go to my index.html and let's see where is the image. So image path is here. Okay, here is the image path, right? So here we have to change here. So what I'll do here, I'll just remove this. Okay, and in place of this, what I'll pass here, I'll take Jinja to template, and here I will pass dest.img.url. img is my object name, so .url. Now if I save this, let's see, are we getting the data or not? Okay, you can see now. Let me reload so that. Okay, you can see now we got that image. See, we got that image. So we are getting this data from the database, not from the code. Now if I go back to my admin, if I add another destination, let's say I will add Hyderabad. Okay, I'll choose the image from Hyderabad. I'll give here, let's say, first biryani, then Sirwani. Okay, let's say I'm giving this price, let's say 900, and there is an offer here. Let's say there is an offer here. I'll click on offer, click on save. Okay, now if I come back here and reload the page, you can see we got the Hyderabad also, the same detail with a special offer. See, okay, if I add the third destination, Bengaluru, okay, and let's say this one, beautiful city, okay, and price, let's say 950, no offer, save it. Okay, got it. Now if I reload, see, we got that Bengaluru also. So whenever you are adding the data from the database, we are getting that in our website. So now this is the complete linked with the database. So now tell me, am I clear, everyone? Is this thing clear? Tell me. I hope you understood this, everyone. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Everyone present here, please like the session. Click on the like button. Everyone present here. Yeah. So, any doubts? So now we are here able to get the data from the database. So like this, we work on Django and the database also. And in the place of this database, you can use any database. Like we can use MySQL also. And I have already told what here to do for MySQL. Clear? Now, do you want to learn about the user registration also in this? How can we register user? If you'll say, I'll tell you that also. We have some time. Yeah. See, if you want to register user in this particular database or website, here we don't have any registration page. Okay, so for that, first of all, you have to create a registration page. Okay, and then we can register user here. So if you want, I'll tell you that for you. Meanwhile, we have some time, so let me tell you that also. How can you register user in your database, through Django, like through this. Like from the admin, I can add user, but user, I don't have to give the access to admin to the normal user, right? So how can you do the registration page? So I'll just I'll make a simple registration page, a simple registration HTML page in my application, and then we'll do the registration. So what I'll do here, I'll just take a new HTML file. Let me close all the other files so that I don't get confused. Okay, it's not saved. Okay, save it. Fine. So what I'll do here, I'll go to templates, my app, and right click and new file. I'll give the name of the file as, let's say, register.html. Register.html. Okay, and I'll give that basic code. Now here, let's say I'll give it as registration page. Okay, now in the body, let's take a center tag, an h2, let's say h2. Okay, user registration. Okay, now let me see whether we are getting this page or not. So for that, I want from /register. So how can we get from /register? I have to define in the URL. So here we have to define this. You all know this. So I'll write here register / and views dot, let's say, register, views dot register. Now in the views.py, I'll come to my views.py, and here we have to make a function for that register. So df, let's say, register. Now tell me, for the registration, which method will be better, request, post method or get method? What we will use? Get method. Do you all agree that we should use the get method? Post method, we don't use get method. Get method is used if you don't pass any sensitive data. Now here you will be registering the user, so you will be giving password, you will be giving email number, so that will be a sensitive data. So we don't prefer get method. We have to use post method. Okay, now I have done the part here. Now let me check. If I open /register, okay, so I am getting that user registration page. That's fine, it's working. Okay, fine. Now we have to make a registration form here. Okay, to make a registration form, now see, let me go to the database first. If you see the database, here we have an table with a name auth_user. We have a user here, auth_user, and if I see the data of this, view data all rows, okay, you can see here we have ID, we have password, which is in encrypted form. Okay, we have the last login time, then we have whether it is super user or not, then we have the username, then we have the first name, last name, email, whether it is staff or not, active or not, and the time of joining. All these columns we have in the table. So we will be using this table only to store the data, but in that case, by default it will be giving that it is not a super user, because we are not registering a super user. We are just registering a normal user because they don't have to access admin, right? So for that, let us make the registration from that. So in this table only we are going to register. So for that, I'll come back to my here. First of all, we'll make a registration page. So here we'll take the input form. So I'll write here form method is equal to post method action. Now where we want to perform this. Now here we define the action and where the form should redirect the data. So let's say I'll say that it should redirect on the same page. Let's say I'll give it here like this, that it should redirect on the same page, not anywhere else. Okay. Now as we are using post method, so we have to use the CSRF token. If you remember, I told you earlier, CSRF underscore token. This thing we have to give it here. Okay. Now we have to take the input box. So let's say input type is equal to text. Let me close this. Input type equal to text, name equal to first name. So this will be my first name. Why I'm taking first name, last name? Because in my database we have two columns. One, we have username, first name, last name. That's why I'm taking this. Okay, we don't have full name option. Okay, so I'll take here name as first name. Then you can give a placeholder as enter first name, and what else? You can make it as the required parameter that user has to fill this. Okay, so that's my first input box, and I can give a BR tag so that there will be a line break also. Okay, I'll give a 2BR tag. There will be a line break also. Okay, now this will be for my last name, this will be for my username, this will be for email, this will be for password, and this will be for confirm password. So I've taken here 6 field. Okay, so this will be the last name, this will be the username, this will be the email, that will be the password 1 and password 2. So enter last name, enter username, enter email ID, enter password, and here we have confirm password. Okay, so these are the fields that I have taken here. Now at the last, we will take the submit button. So type equal to submit. That's all. So this is my form which I have created. Now let's go back and let's reload. Okay, you can see here we got that form, user first name, last name, username, email ID, password, confirm password. We got that. Okay, so now if I click on submit, it will ask me to fill the details, and after filling the details, let's say if I fill any random details, okay, and if I click on submit, it is redirecting me to the same page. Okay, and one more thing I will do here to make it better, as this is a email, so I'll take this type as email, this is type as password, so that there will be a dots, type as password. Okay, yeah, done. Now this is my complete form which I have created here. Now this form data, we have to save it in the database when the user will be filling the form. Okay, so now I will come back to my views.py. Now here we are going to write that code because it is coming back to the same page here register. Okay, so now I have to call this method for saving only when if the post method is there. Otherwise, if the get method is there, it should call me this line. Okay, so I'll give a condition if request dot method equal to post post, then we will be saving that data in the form. Okay, and in the else part I will take this as return. Now here what should we write here? In the else we have written this. Now here we will take all the things. So I'll take here first name. We will read the first name first. So I'll write here request dot post, and here I'll give the first. I'll give that first here which I have defined here. This one I'm giving this one. Okay, that's my first one. Then similarly I'll read all the 6 details. So let me give it as last name. I'll give it as last. Then username, I'll give it as, I think I've taken user, right? Okay, I've taken here username, so I'll take here username only. Then email as email. Okay, then pass1 as pass1, and pass2 as pass2. Yeah, so here we are reading all the fields from the form. All the fields we are going to read now. Okay, now we have to save the data in the form. Now we have to check few things here. What few things? First of all, these two passwords should match. These two passwords should match. Then only it should register the user. Secondly, the username and email, these two should not be repeated. We have to check that also. Okay, so we have to do that validation also. So how to do that validation? So let us check without validation right now whether it is working or not. Then we'll go to the validation part. Okay, so what I'll do here, I will make a variable, let's say user is equal to. Now here we have to import something. We have to import one package for saving the data. So I'll write here from Django dot contriv dot auth dot models import user comma auth. So auth will be used for the authorization and user will be used for the user registration. Okay, so now this user we are going to use here. So I'll write here user. Okay, yeah, user dot objects, because we are creating the objects actually, dot create underscore user. Create underscore user, that's a default function. And here I will pass, now if you see here, the name of the columns. These name of the columns we have to use, username, first name, last name, it should match with these column name. Okay, it should match here. Okay, exactly, it should match here. So I'll pass here the username should be the field user, which is user in our case. Then first name is equal to first name, last name equal to last name, email is equal to email. So I think it is here email only. Let me check. Yeah, it's here email only. Fine. So we have given username, first name, last name, email, and rest of the thing it will be by default, and password also. So we have taken 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we have given all the 5 details which I want to save in my database. Now after doing this, I'll write here user dot save. That's done. User dot save. Now after this, we have to, let's say, give a message. So I'll write here print user created. Okay, and let's say after creating the user, this print message will be coming in the terminal. I want to print this message on the HTML. So I'll tell you after some time how to do that also. Okay, so now if I save this, and after doing this, we have to return to the same page with the register page only. Okay, so I'll write here return I can call one object here redirect. I can call here redirect. Okay, and here I can pass return redirect, and it should redirect right now to the register page only. We can redirect to the home page, but right now I am redirecting it to the register page. Okay, slash register. Okay, let's check now whether it is working or not. So I'll save it now. Now after saving it, okay, I think we have some error somewhere. Let me check. No module name underscore curses. Where we have used this curses? Okay, here we have some mistake. Oh. Sorry, I have by mistake these two lines are imported. Okay, yeah, fine. Now if I save it, I hope now it will not give the error. And why I have not passed the password here? I have not passed the password. Now username, first name, last name, email. Oh, I have missed the password. Password is equal to, let's say, pass 1. I am just passing only one password. Okay, pass 1. Fine, I think now it is fine. Okay, now let's come back here and let's reload the page. Okay, is the server not running? Let me check this. Okay, the server has stopped. Let me restart the server. Python manage.py run server. Okay, done. Now, okay, you can see I got the registration page. Now if I enter the details here, let's say I'll enter Rahul Kumar. Rahul Kumar is the username. Okay, and Rahul @gmail.com 12345 12345 12345. Okay, if I click on submit button, now it is redirecting it here, but I think we have done some mistake somewhere. Let me see, local variable user reference before assignment. Okay, we have some problem in the user. I think, see, the data is perfectly coming here, and here, okay, here the problem is I missed something here. I have given the variable name as user here, but the variable name that I have taken here is username, right? So here I'll change this to this. I'll save this now, and let me do it again. Okay, Rahul Kumar. Let's say the username is Rahul @gmail.com 12345 12345. Okay, now if I submit this, okay, now it has redirected us to the same page. And if you go to the terminal, you can see here I got the message user created. See here, We got the message here, user created. And if I go to my database, if I right click here, view edit data, all rows, okay, you can see here I got two details here. We got here false, it's not a super user, username, first name, last name, email, everything we got here, right? Okay, so it's done. The registration is done. Now we have to do some kind of validation. Like we will compare if the password will match, then only do this. We will compare if the username exists or not. We'll compare whether the email exists or not. We'll do some kind of validation now, so that we don't get any duplicate data or a duplicate user. Okay, so for that I'll just apply some kind of validation here. So the first validation that I will apply here is to match the password. So I can write here, if pass1 equal to pass2, if pass1 equal to pass2, then only call these four lines, okay? And in the else part, in the else part, we will give the message that the password is not matching. So I can write here print password not matching, and then we have to redirect also. Don't forget to redirect. Done. One validation we have done. Now second thing, if I have to validate the user email and username, that if they exist or not. Okay, so I can do that also. I can just take it, because if the password is matching, then we'll check whether email exists or not. Okay, so I'll give a condition here again, nested if condition. If user dot objects dot filter, see, for all these things we have a defined function, we just have to call that. So first of all, let us take whether the email or email is there or not. So I'll write here email equal to email. So here we are comparing whether this email is there or not. So I'll write here dot exist. So if this email exists, then it should give me what? Print email taken. Print email taken. Okay, I can give another condition. If username, if username exists, I'll take here username taken. Okay, okay, yeah, fine. I'll take here username is taken. Okay, and here I'll write elif, because it's a else if condition, and these things I will write here in the else part. So in the else part, I will write all these four lines. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So tell me, am I clear to this one, everyone? Yeah. And everywhere you have to return also, redirect. Everyone we have to redirect. Tell me, is this clear? Okay. Now one thing that I will tell you, one more thing here. Instead of printing these messages on the terminal, let us print this message in the HTML document. So for that, what I can do here, I can import one library from Django dot contrib import messages. We can import one messages. Okay, and now wherever we have to print something, I'll just write that line to print the message. So what I'll write here, let's say here we have to print something, so I'll write here messages dot info and pass here the request comma email taken. Messages dot info email taken. Same thing I can pass here messages dot info username taken. Okay, here we can pass messages dot info user created. We just changed all the terminal message to the normal messages. Okay, and I think we have one more message. Here also we have one message, so here also we'll change. Password not matching. That's all. Now let me save this and let me come back to the browser and let's see. So I'll reload the page. Now let's say I will take Rahul. Okay, anything. Right now I'm taking anything here. Okay, I'll just give the different password. I'll give any password. I'll give any password. I've just taken a different password here. Okay, now if I click on submit, now here it is not registering the user, but we haven't printed the message in the HTML. If you come back to your database, right click, view edit data, all rows. See, here we haven't got that data. We have only one that two previous data only. So I forgot to print the message in the HTML also. We have to print that here, na? That messages that we are sending, we have to print that messages here. So for that, what I will do here, I will print that message here. So I will write one line. Where should I write? Let us write below the form. I'll write it below the form. That will be better option. So I'll take a div tag, normal div tag. And in the div tag, I will take a Django template. Now this messages can be multiple, so we have to use for loop. So for message, let's give a simple msg in messages. Now this messages we are sending from the Python. Okay, and here let's say I'll take h3 tag. In the h3 tag, I will print the msg. I'll print the msg. Okay, and then I'll close the for loop. So end for. Yeah, done. Now we can go back and check. Now if I reload this, maybe will get the previous data. Now you can see if I reload this, I got here password not matching. See. Now if I let's say if I use the same username, if I give the same username, the username is Rahul only. Okay, and email ID I'll give anything, password I'll give anything. Password should be matching. Now 1 2 3 4 5 and 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and email ID is this. Let's say now the username is already there. This Rahul is already there. If I click on submit, you can see here the username is taken. See, I got that validation here. That username is taken. Now if I give the same email, let's say something here, rahul@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. If I submit, see, email taken. There is the email here. And now if I give the new details, let's say Rohit Rohit only, Rohit@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. If I submit, you can see user created. We got the message user created. And now if I go back to my database, right click, view data, all rows. Okay, you can see this. We got the third user, Rohit. See. So this is how we do the registration in the database using Django framework. Now tell me, am I clear? Simple? Tell me. Am I clear to this? Okay, fine, great. Now similarly we can make a login page also. Now we have to make a login page, let's say. How can we make a login page? So on the login page I will be taking username and password. Okay, you can take email and password also, that's your choice. So we'll make a login page. So I'll go to the templates app, right click, new file. I'll give the name as login.html. Okay, and I'll copy the code of register.html only because I'll just use some keyword. Okay, I'll just copy the code of register.html, and here I'll make some page change here. I'll give it as login page. User login. Okay, then here what we have to change, we have to just take username and password. So I'll just remove this. I'll take username and I will take a password. Let's say I'll take it as simple pass. Okay, and here I'll take enter password. Okay, and this one I'll just keep as it is. So that's my login page which I have created here. Okay, now this HTML part is done. Now in the url.py we have to register this. So let's just register. I'll write here login, and here I will write views.login. Now I'll come to my views.py, and here we have to create the login. So def login request. Okay, render request comma my app slash login.html, and here I have to pass return also. Now if I save it, let's go and check. I'll pass here login. Okay, we got the login page. See, we got the login page. And see, after registration, if you want to redirect back to the login page, you can just give here my app slash login.html. You can do that thing. Okay, that you can change it here. You can change it. So not here. You can give slash login. It will redirect you to the login page after the registration. If you want to do that, you can do that. That's your call. Okay. Now we have done this thing. Now we have to log in here. So we have to change, check the validation and everything. So I'll just copy this line. Let's say I'll copy till here. If the request is post, we don't want this. We want only username and password. So I'll just take only two things, username and password. Okay, so if it is test, like if the condition is true, and this one we will be redirecting in the else part. Okay. Okay, now here we have to compare the thing from the database. Okay, now how to compare? So for this what we can do, I can again call that user. I can take a variable user equal to user dot, okay, sorry, not user here. Now I have to use auth dot authenticate, which we have imported earlier. Okay, So this one, this auth I'm using here, see, this one. Okay, I'm using this one. So I'll pass here auth dot authenticate, okay, and here we have to authenticate what? I have to authenticate username with username, okay, comma, password with password. Okay, these two things we have to compare. Okay, so if these two things are okay, like if they are correct, it will be true, this user will be true. So I can write here, if user is not none, it will be none if there is something wrong. Okay, so I can write here auth dot login, and pass here request, comma user. I'll pass here request comma user, and after that you can redirect wherever you want to redirect. So return redirect to the, let's say, login page only. Let's say I want to redirect back to the login page only. Okay, and we have to print the messages also. Like let's say I want to print the message login succeed. Right now I'm just printing it. Okay, so I can write here messages dot info. I'll give here request comma, and okay, sorry, I have to pass it before return, no? That's why it is giving this message like this. Okay, so here we have to pass this, and login success. Okay, and in the else part, now if the user is not none, in the else part we will give the messages dot info request invalid credentials, okay, and we should redirect again back to the same page. Tell me, am I clear to this? Is this code clear to all? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back and check there. So I'll go back to my browser, and let's open this page. Now if I give any random username, random password, let's say if I click on submit, you can see I got the message here invalid credentials. Okay, but if I give the correct name and password, if I give here, let's say Rahul12345, I got that login success. See, it's working. It's perfectly working. So we have done the login, we have done the registration. Now what is left in this? Now what is left? Can anybody tell me what is left now? We have done the login, we have done the registration. Now what's left now? What is left? We have to display that login registration in the home page here. Here I want to display so that user can go from here. Here I want to display that login registration. Why? What happened? Because I haven't got any output. Let me reload this. Okay, I think it is zoomed. That's why we are not getting anything. Okay, yeah. So here in the menu section, I want that login registration page. I want it here. Let's say I don't want about services, news, contact. I don't want. I just want home, login, and registration, like something like that. If you want contact, you can give it here. That's your choice, whatever you want to here. But I want it here now. So what to do this for this one? Now, just tell me everything. Anyway, everyone, if I am already logged in, does it make sense here to display here login? What it should display here if I am already logged in? Tell me. If I am already logged in, what it should give me? Tell me. Yeah, there should be an option of logout. Correct. There should be an option of logout. Correct. So let's do that. So first of all, I'll come back to my index.html and let us navigate to the menu section wherever we have a menu part. So okay, here we have the menu. Okay, now first of all, let us remove this home, about, and let's I'll just keep contact only. I'll just keep only contact. Okay, I've simply removed everything. Okay, now I'm having home, contact. Now I want the other two, so I'll just copy this, paste. Now it should redirect me to the where login.html, and it should redirect me to the register.html. So this will be your login, and this will be your register. Okay, that's your login and that's your register. Now if I save this, now, and now if I come back here and reload this, what happened? Okay, I think we haven't saved this. Oh, sorry. It should be index. Why it is not changing? Like, do we have some different option for this? Do we okay, here also we have the same thing. Okay, we have actually at two different place. Maybe that was the mobile section, maybe that was the mobile menu. Okay, so I'll just copy this and I'll take it here. This is the section here actually. Okay, here we have the section. Okay, so home, about us, let us remove this. So we have at two different places, that's why. Okay, login.html, login, register.html, register. Okay, let me save this. What has opened this? Okay, we got that login, register. So if I click on login, it is taking me to the, okay, see here, if you see the URL login.html, now we have taken only login, right? So here we don't have to pass login.html, simply we have to pass login. No need to pass completely, simply pass login. Now if I click on login, it is taking me to the login page, and if I click on register, it is taking me to the registration page. That's fine. Now after login and registration, what I'll do here, I'll especially after login, I will redirect to the home page. Okay, so let's say if the login is success, I will redirect to the home page here. Now if the user is already logged in, I want to display him the logout option. I don't want to display that registration and login page. So for that, I will give a condition in this here. I'll give a condition here in the index.html. What condition I will give here? I'll give a condition here that if I'll take Django template. Oh, sorry. If user, if user dot is underscore authenticated, if user under is dot is underscore authenticated, that means the user is already logged in, then we have to display logout option only. Okay, so I'll take one option here, which is, let's say, logout. Okay, and right now I'm writing here logout. Now if the user is already logged in, we have to log out. Okay, and I can print the login username also. Let us print the username also. Let us say I'll print here hello, comma user dot, I want to print the first name, so I'll write here first underscore name. Now this thing I want to print the name of the user, first name. Okay, now these two things should be visible only when if the user is authenticated. Okay, so I'll write here, I'll give here else. Now in the else part, it should print me this login register. Okay, and then I'll close the if condition. So I'll write here and if. Now tell me, is this code clear to all? If the user is already logged in, it should display the name of the user, it should display the logout button, else it should display these two things, and then we are ending if. Am I clear, everyone? Is this thing clear? Tell me. Now if I save this, now let me come back to the page. Now you can see automatically I am getting here hello Rahul and log out, because I have already logged in, if you remember, right? Now if I click on logout page, it should take me to the logout page. Now right now we don't have logout, that's why it is giving you this error. So if I now open login page, let me open the login page again, and let's say right now I'll log in with Rohit. Okay, I'll write here Rohit 12345, that's a password, and login. It is redirecting me to the home page, and here you can see I got the message hello Rohit and logout. See. Okay. Now the last thing, when I press the logout thing, it should log out. It should log out my page. So for logout, what we have to do? So I'll go to my, where is views.py? Okay, here we have views.py, and in the URL, okay, here I'll say that if the path is logout, if the path is logout, it should call the method views.logout. It should call the method views.logout. This is what I am saying. Okay. Now this method should be called when I call the logout. So now I'll come to my views page, and here I will make the logout function. You don't have to make a separate page for logout. Okay. So logout request. Now when this method should be called, it should simply logout. So for the logout, we have a very simple code. You can simply write here auth dot logout and request, and then we should redirect to the home page. That's all. That's all. Now let's go and check. Now if I click on logout, it is redirecting to the home page, and now I am getting login register. See, now I am getting login register. So tell me, everyone, is that clear? I hope you understood this. Who is this user every day? Is this spam? Does just a minute. Yeah. Okay, fine. So that's all for this Django. I hope you understood everything. I have covered whatever I can cover in this short duration, and I think I have covered most of the things. If you follow this completely, you can make a very good project on Django. Clear? And I can see the users, I think, from here also. You can, if you click on users, you can see here, right, Rohit, Rahul. We are getting the user also here. Okay. So that's our complete website. So here we completed the complete dynamic website using the Django framework. And now you can do any sort of things that you want to do. I have already told you. Now if you understood this, you can do now, can anything, you can do it anything now. Now tell me, can you do this thing? Let's say if I am login right now, let's say right now I am clicking here, Rohit, and let's say I'll give here 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. Now right now I am already logged in. Right now I'm already logged in. Now in this case, if I open login, if I simply open login, now this case I am already logged in, so it should redirect me to the home page if I am already logged in. So tell me, can you do this thing on your own? If you understood this, you can implement that on your own. If I'm already logged in, it should redirect me to the login page, to the home page. It should not redirect me here. Can we do that? Login or registration, if I open the registration page, it should redirect me to the home page, because registration we cannot redirect, but login we can do. Registration doesn't make sense. Can we do that? You just have to use this filter. This condition you have to use, that if the user is already logged in, that we have used in here. If the user is already logged in, just redirect. So that thing you can do. That I don't have to tell you. Okay. What about Flask? Which one is better? Obviously, Django is better than Flask. There is no comparison. Django is very much better. Like this admin feature that I told you, this admin feature, Flask do not have this admin feature. Flask do not have that feature. Okay. So obviously Django is better than Flask. Flask will be, you can use Flask for the smaller projects if you don't have much thing. In the Flask you have to do so many things on your own. You have to make the admin page. You have to make the a page from where you can save the destination. Right now we made a page for registration and login. Na? The same way you have to make the page for the destination also. But we can do it yourself in our thing. Okay. So that is all for this training. So I hope you all enjoyed and liked this 2 weeks training on this Python 0 to Hero. And soon, after maybe 10 days or 10 to 15 days, I'm going to start the session on machine learning. So we have learned Python. So if you are interested for machine learning, I will just be connected with the Telegram channel. If you have not joined yet, it is in the description. Go and join the Telegram channel, and I will share the details about that training soon in that channel. And if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, you will also get the notification also. Okay, so I'll be starting the machine learning training for you. It will be mostly 1 or 2 week training. That machine learning. Okay. So for that, Python will be required, but for one day I will cover the Python also in that, the basic Python that will be required in that machine learning. But if you have covered all these videos, then it will not be required for you for the Python part in that training. Okay. So now if you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask me. I'm sharing the attendance form. And if any faculty is present here, or anyone, if you want to conduct any training in your college in the collaboration with my channel free of cost, you can contact me on my telegram. We can do that also. Okay, collaboration with your channel college. Okay. So that's our attendance link I've given on the chat. You can go and fill the attendance form and you can come back if you have any doubts. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Anyone? Yeah. Do we have to ask anything? Anyone? And I will make a playlist of this complete Python, and I'll share the link of the playlist in the channel. In case if you have missed any session, you can go to that playlist that will contain total 10 videos. Okay. And please, everyone present here, click on the like button and do subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. Okay, and please share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get the benefit of this videos. And I just do support me by sharing this channel to your friends and colleagues. It motivates me to bring more free sessions for you. Okay, so I want you this kind of support from your side. Okay, anyone is having any questions, any doubt? Yep. Yeah. Have you all filled the attendance form? Please confirm. Okay. Okay, fine. So, any questions? Otherwise, we'll wind up now. Please tell me any questions. Okay, fine. I think now there is no question. So, thank you once again, everyone, for joining this 2 weeks training. I hope you all enjoyed this. So please do like my video and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed, and please share my channel to your friends and colleagues and tell them to subscribe to my channel and go through my videos. So we'll meet in some other training someday. I'll start the machine learning series. So you can join that session. I'll be giving that information in the Telegram channel soon. So be connected with the channel. If you've not joined the channel, just go to the description. You will get the channel link. Okay. And I will make I'll upload this complete project on my drive, and I'll share the link of that complete project in the description. You can get that project from there. Okay. So have a great evening, everyone. Take care. All the best for your future. Thank you so much. Bye.